Welcome back, everyone. We are going to continue our series on the history of the Templar Order. And today we will look at the inner sanctum. The human body has its heart. The earth has its core. All things have a center, whence comes their deepest strength. The Templar Order, too, has its heart. The center of the modern Templars is a council consisting of 9 of the best and brightest members of the modern-day Templar Order. They are also called the 9. As you may remember from our previous episode, the modern Templar Order is ruled by the Council of Elders. But the Council of Elders is aided by other bodies, namely the Guardians, the General of the Cross, and the Inner Sanctum. While the first two we already talked about, the Inner Sanctum is a little more mysterious. In fact, very little about this mysterious group is known to the general public. Those few facts that we do know about them come either from Dan Brown's novels or the Assassin's Creed video game series. So take that information with a grain of salt if you're looking for historical accuracy. What we do know is that the Inner Sanctum is made up of 9 individuals, always 9, 3 times 3. These 9 individuals are at the very top of the food chain in the modern Templars, answering to absolutely nobody but the Guardians themselves. The only person who is higher in the Templar hierarchy than these 9 individuals is the Grand Master. But there is a catch. The identity of the Grand Master is unknown to the Inner Sanctum, which means that the 9 individuals sitting on the council do not know who their master truly is. This was done in order to prevent what happened in the Middle Ages from happening again, when the Grand Masters of certain rites got wiped out by another rite. The Grand Master is not the only thing that the Inner Sanctum is ignorant about, though. In fact, they do not know much about anything unless the Guardians choose to share it with them. You see, the Inner Sanctum is tasked with running the day-to-day operations of the Templar Order. It is basically the CEO of the entire organization. But it can't make any decision unless the Guardians, the shareholders of the company, approve of it. So while they are the CEOs, the Guardians are the board of directors. The final approval always lies with the board of directors. The only people who are higher than the Inner Sanctum are the Guardians and the General of the Cross. The General of the Cross is the highest-ranking member of the Order. Their identity is kept a secret from everyone, even the Inner Sanctum, and they oversee everything that the Inner Sanctum does. Basically, they are the puppet master. In addition to the 9 members of the Inner Sanctum, there is also one other individual who plays an important part in the modern Templars, the Black Cross. The Black Cross is basically the muscle of the Inner Sanctum and serves at their pleasure. The only person who is allowed to tell the Black Cross what to do is the Inner Sanctum themselves, and the Black Cross answers to nobody else. They are tasked with doing the dirty work of the Inner Sanctum, such as hunting down renegade Templars and retrieving artifacts of immense power, which are called Pieces of Eden. The Black Cross is perhaps one of the most powerful positions in the Templar Order, second only to the Grand Master himself. Because of this, the Black Cross is not allowed to join the Inner Sanctum, for fear that someone might try to use their power for their own ends. The Inner Sanctum is the governing body of the Outer Temple and wields tremendous power over the entire organization. As the CEOs of the Templar Order, they control Abstergo Industries, which is the Templars' front company and one of the largest companies in the world. They also oversee all of the Templars' operations across the globe and serve as the primary antagonists of the Assassin's Creed video game series. Now let's get into the details. When we say that the Inner Sanctum consists of 9 individuals, we mean that it always consists of 9 individuals. There are always exactly 9 seats around the table, and it doesn't matter if the number of Templars in the world is 30 or 3,000. There will always be 9 members of the Inner Sanctum. If there are more Templars in the world, then there are more candidates waiting in the wings to fill any empty seats that may occur. And if there are fewer Templars in the world, then the Grand Master will simply wait until things pick up before filling any vacancies. The 9 members of the Inner Sanctum always sit in a circle, and each member presides over a different area of the Templar Order. For example, one may preside over the European Rite, while another presides over the American Rite. Some members may even preside over multiple rites at once, such as both the Roman and Spanish rites. Each member of the inner sanctum is chosen by the current occupants of the seat next to them. When a member retires or dies, the person sitting in the seat adjacent to the now empty seat proposes a new candidate for the inner sanctum to vote on. If 2/3 of the members present approve of the new candidate, then they are accepted and take their seat. All 9 members of the inner sanctum must be present for a vote to take place. However, if one of the members is absent, then a vote may still take place, but a 2/3 majority is required in order for the vote to pass. If a simple majority votes yes on a particular proposal and one member is absent, then the proposal fails. Not just anyone can join the inner sanctum. After all, it is the most elite governing body of the entire Templar order. Candidates must be of the highest rank and have proven themselves to be worthy of the honor. It is said that the individuals who sit on the inner sanctum are the best and brightest minds of the Templar order, and that they are responsible for many of the successes that the order has enjoyed throughout history. The members of the inner sanctum live among us, hidden in plain sight. They are some of the most powerful people in the world, and they wield their power with precision and care. And this concludes our series on the history of the Templar order. I hope you all enjoyed learning about this fascinating and mysterious organization. If you want to learn more about the Templars, I highly recommend checking out some of the sources that I used in my research. They are listed below. Until next time, stay sharp.